In the temperate rainforest of Fellwood, a strange culture has dwelled for centuries. The Fellwood Druids have fused their bodies with fungus, forming a symbiotic union of mushrooms and flesh. This transformation is achieved by carving ancient symbols known as valinots into fungi. When carved into living tissue, they warp the body and mind in a multitude of ways. When arranged in specific sequences, they form valichains, documented patterns that yield consistent, targeted results. Through this practice, the Druids gain unnatural longevity, regeneration, resilience, and the promise of transcendence. Over time, the fungus begins to replace the host. Wounds no longer heal through natural means. Instead, they are sealed with adaptive fungal tissue. Some growths harden like bone, others stretch and coil like tendons or dense cords of muscle. As centuries pass, the line between druid and fungus blurs. Eventually, their minds surrender entirely to the fungal presence. At the heart of Fellwood lies the Mother Network, a vast and ancient mycelial web buried beneath the forest floor. This network is the Druid's source of healing, guidance, and knowledge. It does not speak in words. Instead, it transmits impulses, chemical and emotional signals, through the mycelium that link with all fungal life within Fellwood. The Druids commune with the Mother Network by pressing their flesh to the ground or resting near prototaxites, towering fungal columns that serve as hubs for the network. In these moments of connection, the network soothes their minds, rejuvenates and satiates them, and possibly even controls them. Its true nature remains unknown. Some believe it has no core, that it exists evenly across every fungal root and spore. Others claim that there is a hidden mind buried deep beneath Fellwood. Whatever the truth, the Druids do not question it. They serve. The forest of Fellwood stretches across the eastern reaches of Arva, a lush region teeming with life. Fruit-bearing plants thrive, nourished by the fungal web that distributes nutrients through the earth. Bears, elk, wolves, birds, and other creatures of the sort roam free, seemingly unaffected by the fungus. But the forest is aware. Poachers roaming Fellwood are swiftly dismantled, but not every outsider is condemned. The Druids understand a delicate balance must be maintained. Refugees fleeing the Fleshforge's conquest sometimes escape into Fellwood, hoping for safety. Those who learn to live with humility, taking less than what they give, are permitted to remain, yet they are never trusted. The eyes of the forest are always upon them, and the Mother Network remembers everything. Others, less fortunate, are captured and transformed into drones, mindless fungal thralls. Their minds are quickly overtaken by a voracious fungal strain. Though their thoughts are erased, fragments of muscle memory remain, allowing them to fight for the Druids. When not in use, these drones stand with their backs against the prototaxites, connected through thick fungal cords, as if recharging for the next time the forest needs them. Nearly every inch of soil is woven with the Mother Network's mycelium. It responds defensively to outsiders. Spores released from cultivated mushrooms, many of which grow directly on the Druids' bodies, serve as traps, wards, or weapons. Among the many species they cultivate, 3 are especially feared: blight mushrooms. When inhaled, these spores cause searing pain, violent spasms, and in some cases, respiratory failure. Torment mushrooms. When their spores are inhaled, they induce vivid hallucinations, terror, and disorientation, often rendering intruders helpless. And dream mushrooms. When their spores are inhaled, it lulls victims into a deep sleep. Those who succumb are often dragged away and converted into fungal drones. The Felwood Druids do not communicate verbally. Instead, they transmit thoughts through the mycelial web by pressing their limbs to the soil. These exchanges are rich in emotion, intention, and memory, but utterly silent. For outsiders, this quiet communion is eerie. There are no negotiations, no pleas, only actions. Daily life in Fellwood revolves around nurturing the forest, planting saplings at the forest's edge, carving valichains to accelerate fungal growth, and defending the land from invaders like the Fleshforge coming from the north. The Druids are judged by how far they have surrendered to the fungus. The more overtaken one is, the the more wisdom and respect they are afforded. Common roles of the fungal kin include fighters, clad in dense fungal plating. Their bodies bear living colonies of blight, torment, or dream mushrooms. Foragers and cultivators seek out decay, harvest fungal materials, and maintain groves of fungus. Composters break down the dead, whether bodies or plant waste, into fertile matter. And the reclaimed, those who have been fully consumed by the fungus. Some become fungal monuments, others massive feral guardians of the forest territory. And regardless of their outcome, they are worshipped as living saints, venerated for their bond with the Mother Network. To the north lies the Flesh Forge, a brutal engine of mutation and conquest. Its artisans view Fellwood not only as a threat, but as a resource ripe for harvesting. Their raiding parties abduct animals and people alike, warping them into abominations. They burn swaths of forest to drive back the Druids' reach. In response, Fellwood's protectors have cultivated fire-resistant fungi called quenchcap, a pale grayish-purple colony that coats the bark of many trees. The Druids descended from a nomadic tribe that roamed Fellwood. Long ago, this tribe discovered Valanots and began carving them into animals and plants to increase their harvests. One among them, a curious and daring shaman, unknowingly carved valachains meant to enhance intelligence and regeneration into a mushroom. The fungus reacted. It fused with the shaman's body, healing his wounds, dulling his pain, and calming his mind. Many were horrified. Others saw salvation. Those who followed him into the fungal bond shed their human identities and became something else. In time, these fungal kin overtook the region now known as Fellwood. The old plant-bound druids fled west. The forest changed, and in its roots, the Mother Network was born. Perhaps from the fungus that first fused with that shaman. No one truly knows what the Mother Network is, or if it can be defined at all. Some believe it is a god, others say it is merely a fungal colony reacting to its environment. The Druids do not offer clarity. The Felwood Druids are not simply a people, they are a process. A slow, intentional relinquishing of the self to something older and stranger. They grow, they protect, and they endure. Whether they are individuals, a hive mind, or extensions of a deeper will is irrelevant to them. All that matters is the sanctity of the forest and the life that teems within it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more lore from the world of salt and flesh.